album of the year is the sixth studio album by American rock band Faith No More. And it was released in 1997. It is the first album to feature the band's current guitarist, John Hudson, and was their last studio album before their 11-year hiatus from 1998 to 2009. The album has been described by AllMusic as being more straightforward musically than past releases. It spawned 3 singles: Ashes to Ashes, Last Cup of Sorrow, and Strip Search. And that was my short and concise summary of Album of the Year by Faith No More.
I like it. You're keeping it simple after months of just blabbering on with your intros and people leaving within 7 seconds. So it's nice that you've cut it back. Welcome back.
You've hurt my feelings.
Welcome back to the show. You know, it's been a while. We've been away. You know, busy with other things. So it's good to be back here in Pointless and Confused headquarters with producer Eric behind the boards there, behind the glass. How's it going, Eric? You doing good today? Yeah, fuck you too. Yeah, right.
What's wrong with that?
Do you think? Look, he has good days and bad days. He's got his meds. He's, if he's not one thing, he's another.
I think that he's having a placebo week,
Oh, he's having the M&Ms.
Yeah, he's bringing knives to the studio. You noticed that?
Well, he's 46 and living at home with his mum. So, it's going to play out in the papers, I'm sure. But we appreciate having him here, and he really does like sharing the building with the Snoof Films team. He's getting really involved with them too. It's just nice to see them all getting along. They smile a lot.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, he's apparently starred in 1 or 2 productions for Snoof Films. Already, it's like a little freelancing side gig for him.
Oh, that's good.
He's wearing the
side hustle,
the eye makeup, the black eye makeup. He comes in kind of a little sweaty and spilt. I think he spilt some paint on himself. A little bit of red paint.
I thought it was barbecue sauce, but it's all right. As long as, honestly, he can do what he wants to do when we haven't contracted him in, and as long as he's generally pushing the knobs and buttons in the right direction for us, I don't mind what he does. As long as he's happy, and
well, he's stopped masturbating in the control booth. As much since he's been working for Snoof Films.
Yeah, he does seem kind of tired, He's kind of beat, kind of worn out.
Worn out.
Yeah.
He's been scratching himself a lot too. You see all the scratches on his, his face. His genital area.
He does. He has been mumbling a lot. He mumbles evidence under his breath a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
It seems
strange.
Yeah. It's all right, Eric. Don't be worried. It'll all work out in the end, mate. It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you think, back to the topic of the week, Faith No More? Is this a sequel to George Michael's hit Faith in any way? No?
Well, no. Well, I'm not sure what you're getting at. What are you?
Because you have, George Michael had Faith.
Yeah.
And then here we have Faith No More. Right? So there's no more Faith. So I figured there might have been a connection there. Maybe not.
That was weak. That was
fucking weak. Trying. It's been a while.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck?
That's right. At least it's not like, gay and minority jokes, classy stuff. Though George Michael was gay. And so was
you've got to bring that up.
One of the members of Faith No More, I believe.
Roddy Bottom. Unfortunate name for a gay man.
Well, or fortunate.
Mr. Bottom.
Yeah. But we're swiftly moving along. This is the first time we've doubled up on a band, isn't it? Here at Pointless and Confused.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Because we did one other
Angel
Faith
Dust.
No More album, Angel Dust, yeah. And looking back, I feel like I may have reviewed it poorly. I don't recall being a big fan of Angel Dust.
Yeah, this is. I was just reading about the album tonight. This is a band on the rocks, making this album. They had a long-time guitarist, Jim Martin, fantastic guitar player.
He was the big perm, long hair, goatee, sunglasses.
Yeah, wore 2 pairs of glasses. Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, solid.
So they sacked him during the Angel Dust tour. To the
what did he do wrong?
What I can really tell, Jim's father died, and he was a bit depressed. And the other guys in the band didn't give him any time to, properly mourn. They basically were on the road while all this was happening, and he was sort of unhappy. And then I think they got sick of him. Yeah, there's a lot of tensions. I don't know if they've ever really gone into that much detail about it, other than them saying he's a cunt, basically.
Wow. We're very familiar with that term here.
Always felt that he was older and actually probably a little bit more mature than the other guys in the band. That's always the feeling I got. And he kind of he was probably more sick of their shit as they were of his. I don't know.
Right.
But
they sort of had their, what would we call it, their peak with Epic early mid 90s? When was that? Was that early 90s?
Oh, was it 89, I think.
Oh, was it? Epic, was it? I thought that was in the 90s. Anyway, so they had that, and then
maybe
they had
early 90s. Yeah,
I'm going to go with the 90s, surely, because they got compared to the Chili Peppers a lot. So it must have been around, the Give It Away phase. Anywho,
I don't think there was much that cover similar.
That cover of
Easy.
The Commodores cover that's their big hit, right?
Yeah, that was a big hit.
And then they kind of did nothing until this. Would that be fair? This was late 90s.
Well, after Angel Dust, I think sold less than The Real Thing, their big hit album. And I believe it was they always sold well around the world, but their numbers in America went down every album, and their record companies, I think, got sick of them, forgot about them.
Yeah,
they got frustrated, but they did do. Oh God, I'm kind of blank now. What was the album after Angel Dust? King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime.
Oh, great, yeah.
That came out, sold less, didn't have any big easy hits, I guess, on it. It was an angrier, darker album, but rawer in the recording. I felt album of the year was more of a comeback, where they had quite a few singles. They had Strip Search, they had Last Cup of Sorrow, they had Ashes to Ashes. They all got a lot of play, at least down at this end of the world.
Yeah, what year did we say this was? 97, it says on the Spotify. Yeah. Wow, I thought it was later than that, because I do remember this coming out, in high school. I wasn't a big fan of Faith No More prior. Right, I knew of them. I knew Epic and I knew Easy. Maybe that was about it. Enjoyed those songs, but not enough to buy an album, right? And then the first single off this one was Ashes to Ashes.
I was just thinking Evidence was the big single, I think, from King for a Day.
Dance. Good song. Yeah,
There's
another
some great
mellow.
songs on that album. Yeah.
Yeah.
A few hits and a few misses, but more hits than misses. Good album.
Mm.
And I think this album's along the same lines of a few hits and a few misses on this one.
Can I carry on with my story now? Are you done interrupting? Are you done interrupting my long diatribe that it was going to be so boring and have no point?
Yeah, sorry, I was being interesting for a second. I'll let you be boring now.
No, our listeners do not want interesting. They want boring and they want smart. So here comes the boring. I remember that song coming out and it was all over the telly. That song was on high repeat. It was all over the radio. It was a rock radio smash. And I was like, oh, fuck. I love this song. This is a really good song.
Which song are you talking about?
Ashes to Ashes.
Okay, Ashes to Ashes.
Is that the one where he's sitting in the stairwell in the music video?
Yeah.
And it was on so much that even my old man liked it. So I was like, fuck. When I remember specifically going to a record store, and this must have been the only time I bought a CD and the tape at the same time. And the dude behind the counter was like, what the fuck are you buying the tape for? You know, you can just dub it off the CD. And I was like, oh, no, it's not for me. It's for my father. And he still looked at me like I was a cunt. And he was right. But I bought the CD and the tape of this, gave the tape to my old man because he likes, played it in the car.
The record store was suggesting that you pirate music.
Yeah, okay. They were.
They're all out of business now, aren't they?
You see why they're still, that's it. Smart people. And shit, I think maybe the tape and the CD might have been the same price back then, it's fucked. Anyway, bought it, played it, and I remember at the time, like, it was on high repeat on the CD player. So, Last Cup of Sorrow, even the songs like Helpless, I was like, this album's. When you recommended it, I was like, fucking mean. I haven't listened to this since the 90s, right? I'm going to fucking enjoy this week. Honestly, cut to the point, put it on. It's a bit fucking dull, this album, isn't it? Isn't it? Like, it is a bit shit. I'm just going to say it. I loved it back then, but on the re-listen, it does not hold up.
I'm going to keep the audience in suspense. Apart from saying that I said a few hits and a few misses. But I just like to put in the context that the long-term guitarist had left before I was rudely interrupted by you saying that you were rudely I was interrupting you.
Continue, let's rudely interrupt each other.
They got their touring guitar tech to take over and be guitarist. They sat down to write this album of the year after touring. They had Trace Perance from Mr. Bungle play guitar on King for a Day, but then he didn't want to tour it, so he left. They got the guitar tech to take over for the tour. When it came to writing this album, they had no songs because they hadn't written anything, except the guitarist had written a bunch of stuff, and then they sacked him and said it was nothing that he did wrong. It was just we didn't have any songs, and I guess they didn't like his stuff. And so then they did all their side projects. They all went off to side projects. Mike Borden played with Ozzy Osbourne. The others had bands. They all went off. Then they came back when they felt like it. They started on this one. They got to a point where Mike Patton said half the songs are shit, throw them out. I don't like them. So they had to start again. And then this is the album we got. They finally finished on.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't say it's dull. I would say that it ends very poorly. The last couple of songs are painful, like Homesick Home. Like it's a terrible fucking song. As a huge fan, I'm like, fuck this song.
Yeah, because these guys are your in your fucking Mount Rushmore bands, aren't they? They're top tier.
Yeah,
and
Christina, the final song, the crescendo of the album, it's kind of like one chord.
It's
one chord.
The whole album is
Picks
lacking.
Up at the end.
No, I think the whole album's lacking fucking drive and fire, you know? Like, I think Ashes to Ashes is still a good song, but I don't know if it's...
Shall we song for song it?
Nah.
Collision.
We can.
First song
We
on the
can.
record.
Uh-huh.
It's a big explosion of sound, but it's not the best song in the world. It's not their greatest
It's got a
song.
little riff, you know? It's got a riff, not... Yeah.
But not the greatest. I got it down as decentish, but it's not like it's a big, loud, crazy song, but not the best thing they've ever done, really, to lead off an album with. But
Yeah.
it's all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, honestly, I'm going to struggle. You're doing the song for song, and I know the big ones that stick out, you know, Last Cup of Sorrow, Strip Search, Helpless is the acoustic one. But when I listen to the album, nothing really jumps out at you other than the singles. You know what I mean? And maybe that's just because you heard them over and over again.
Strip Search, I love. Last Cup of Sorrow, fucking great video.
Last Cup of Sorrow.
When
Which
they
one
do
was it, Strip
Alfred-
Search or Last Cup of Sorrow that had Jennifer Jason Leigh in it?
Last Cup of Sorrow, wicked video.
Is it that one?
It's the Vertigo from Alfred
Vertigo,
Hitchcock, the
Hitchcock,
film where they did
yeah.
that. I love the video. Love everything about it. Love the way it's sort of got that cobbled together 60s vibe to it, and and the song is just brilliant. Helpless,
Nah.
I think, is a great song.
The song's fucking lame. Honestly,
What,
Last Cup of Sorrow on re-listen, I thought I was going to enjoy it, but it's not good, man.
No, I love it.
It
I love it.
isn't good. Dun, dun,
What?
dun, dun. Never fake. Never fake. It's so shit.
No,
Anyway, carry on.
Strip Search, that's a good one though. You like Strip Search?
How does Strip Search go again?
I don't know.
It was a single, right? I'm gonna get us cancelled. Oh yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. It's shit.
No, it's really good.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's garbage. Honestly,
Easy to sing.
it is.
I love that song. Fantastic.
It's fucking. Oh, mate.
Love it.
It's like
Oh,
if you were making a film about like three dudes sitting around a waterfall jerking each other off. That's the music you had to have playing in the background. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
yeah, I'd agree with you. It's great for that sort of thing. Really, it keeps
No,
you
there's anything
in
wrong
the
with that.
rhythm.
Let me
Keeps you in
no,
rhythm.
there's anything
when
wrong with that.
you're
Just
pulling the
clarify.
poles. Yeah.
Each their own, you know?
Yeah.
Each their own.
I mean, a lot of people do that, and that's exactly the song they need to
Maybe
just
that's
keep the
what-
rhythm and the pulling on the poles, you know?
That's true. Maybe that's what he was singing about. Strip Search is about,
Yeah.
you know, three guys sitting around a waterfall jerking each other off.
Perfect.
Mike Patton,
Great.
if we're wrong, please get in touch and let us know.
Yeah.
Because we know the Google alerts have come up.
Oh, my phone's going.
Mm.
He said yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Last Cup of Sorrow. See, you're circle jerking at the waterfall in the previous song, and you're filling up the cup, and you're sad if it's the last cup.
Hang on, the phone's going again. He said yes.
Oh, great. Thanks,
Okay.
thanks, Mike. Yeah, we're in touch with your genius.
Naked in front of the computer, I'd put it sort of like
Well, it's,
Collision,
you know,
where it's
Fits in
Big and
with the theme
loud
there,
and-
doesn't it?
and naked, yeah, big and loud, but not their greatest. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm worried now because, you know, Collision. If we go back, that could be about docking. You know, a couple of gay guys, and they're naked in front of the computer. Speaks for itself. And then
Docking?
Helpless. Docking. That's Have you heard of that one?
Help me out.
Well, I don't really know if I want to say it because, you know, podcasts are forever. And maybe you should just Google it. It's like, you know when you go to fist bump someone.
You know, I haven't been part of that community since Dad took me to the
Oh, okay.
conversion therapy center.
Yeah.
Yes,
R.I.P.
it's been a bit of a while since, so
well,
I haven't heard that word.
You're bumping fists.
Right.
You hear that, right? But someone goes in for the handshake, and then they just cover up your fist with their hand.
Right.
Kind of like that, but with cocks. So instead of fists, it's two cocks.
You're pulling your scrotum over another person's penis.
No, not the scrotum. Say you're not Jewish.
Are you talking about in the bum?
No, it's just two dicks involved.
Right.
Nothing else. Yeah. And
you're touching tips.
Well, kind of. Yep. Keep going along. You know, you're getting there. You're working it out. People driving to work are just fucking yelling at the radio now. You know.
I have not been part of the community since Dad took me to the conversion therapy camp. So,
yeah. I mean, the chemical castration worked really well, and I don't want you to have to relapse back into that.
There was a lot of electroshock treatment. I'm not really looking forward to going back through and doing again. So I'm just keeping it straight right now.
My understanding of docking as a straight white cis male is as long as one of the dicks still has foreskin, and then you take that foreskin and you put it over the top of the head of the other member.
Oh, that's what I said in the first place.
And then you're docked. It's like a Chinese finger trap.
Right, yeah, you're pulling your scrotum over the other guy's tip of the other guy's penis, and now you're locked in. You're plugged in like Avatar.
Yeah, and you have to go forward to get out. Like Chinese finger trap. Yeah.
You have to go forward to get out.
Well, I don't know. You know those Chinese finger traps? You get locked in and you're trying to pull apart and you can't get apart because you're pulling away. But as soon as you push together, then it comes apart. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, that explains the song, really, doesn't it? Quite eloquently in a metaphor. That was really good. I see what you did there.
If you're a Faith No More fan, fucking you're welcome.
So you're naked in front of the computer and now you're helpless.
Yeah. But then
good song.
But then you're mouth to mouth.
I love that song. That's a cool song. It's trippy.
I'm gonna have to play it to myself. I can't remember.
Mouth to mouth.
I don't even fucking remember that one at all. All right, that's good. Maybe it's because I'm like, I'm ready for Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes. Big hit song. You bought the record and a cassette tape for this for your dad.
Yeah.
And you didn't even pirate it, even though the music store man was telling you pirate the CD.
Pirate it. That's it. Don't give me that $22. You know you can buy a $3 blank cassette tape and dub it. And I was like, well, no, it's a present. You don't give a fucking dub tape as a present. You can't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Just showing the love for my family member.
Right. And then he went out of business. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, well, that's his own fault. Because most people aren't as honest as me, and they would have been like, oh, yeah, I'm going to dub it. But then again, maybe he was trying to sell me a stereo system in order to make dubbing more high quality. It's upselling.
Did he?
No, I left with my CD and my tape.
Well, that fucks that theory, doesn't it? It was quite a stupid thing to say. You knew how that one even turned out. You just lied to me.
I feel like a bit of a fool going home with a CD and a tape of the same thing. I was thinking to myself, this must look fucking stupid. Do I look like the world's biggest noob?
Yeah. Did you ever go back to that store, or did you think, he embarrassed me? Fuck him, I'm never going back to that fucking store.
No, honestly, I think I did it when we were on like holiday somewhere, so it might have been an Auckland store or something. I never set foot in there again. Yeah.
Then he went out.
And our local stores didn't last very long either. You know, we had a small one in our local little town, and then that disappeared, and then there was a big one in the bigger town that's near us.
That's really interesting. Moving on to the next song.
Moving on to more boring fucking music. This album sucks. Major cock. All right, like it is crap. Let's just admit it. It's a piece of shit that had a poorly produced radio single that somehow made it a hit. And then
Poorly
it had two other
produced?
boring fucking songs.
Oh, it was a well-produced album. Sounds good.
Well, compare it to like Epic and like the other, like what you consider sweet Faith No More, peak Faith No More. Where's that epic, crunchy, slappy bass and enthusiastic singing? It ain't on this fucking album. This album's like your boy, God, I've forgotten his name, Goatee, Patton. He's just fucking getting a paycheck on this one. He's not even trying, is he? Let's be fair.
What? Screaming like a little wildebeest.
Yeah.
They said that they did purposely slow it down, make it a bit more grindy, and they wanted it to be simple and repetitive like the early stuff, but it doesn't sound like the early stuff. But got that feeling got that feeling's another, it's not that great.
Yeah.
Loud, lots of energy, not that great.
Paths of Glory, Homesick Home, boring.
Christina, boring, but it does pick up a bit at the end. So
yeah. I'm well out by that point.
Yeah, I got honestly filler on those three songs. Like every time I listened to this album, I got to those songs, I went,
Yep. Agreed. Like, I was excited when you said it because this is a CD that's in my collection. You know, I was like, great. I haven't heard it in maybe 15 years. This is going to be a trip of nostalgia to 97. And I kind of was, but it also wasn't. I remembered Helpless being like this great acoustic song that I listened to over and over again. And it's a piece of shit.
Did you just have a sad week?
Well, this is kind of sad boy music. And I'm surprised you picked it, you know? Bit of sad boy energy.
It's not sad boy energy. Well, the last songs, I don't know. Yeah.
But no, I've had a really good week. Thank you for asking, though. Appreciate it.
Oh, is that because I won you a $50 voucher last night?
Well, I mean, you danced very well and you deserved all those dollar notes. And I'm glad you decided to share it with me. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a man so flexible around a pole before.
Right. Well, you get all your clothes off. It's amazing what you can bend yourself into. Yeah,
just did not expect it. You know, just a lot of, I think, core strength, which I didn't, I never would have considered you having. So, good for you. I'm proud of you. Yeah. And I appreciate you sharing that G-string cash with me.
Yeah. Well, there was no G-string. I mean,
the way your hair had been like brushed into your ass crack, I think, again, just
it looks like a purse. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh well. What? Why drag this out any further? When we get to Spotify, Ashes to Ashes gets 34 million. Listens.
Easily that. Oh, actually, no. I think Last Cup of Sorrow is going to beat it.
10 million. Right? Last Cup of Sorrow, Strip Search, 10 million, and the rest of the album, like 1 million. It's like no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
And let's face it, 34 million's a drop in the bucket on Spotify, when you're talking about.
Well, I mean, what's, I've fucking lost my phone, but what's Epic hitting on Spotify?
I don't know. I don't look that up.
I'll do that. You do what you're doing. Okay, here we go. Guess a fucking number for what is Faith No More's most listened to song on Spotify.
God, is it easy?
No, it's not. It is not. Pick again.
Epic?
Yes, it is. So
is it 200 million?
Well, you're very close. It's 198 million. So I'm assuming you've looked it up.
No, I hadn't.
Second in line is Easy with 170 mil. And then there is a severe drop to Midlife Crisis at 64 mil. And then another severe drop to 24 mil for We Care a Lot, which is not really a great song.
I love that song.
Oh, actually, no, they've done it wrong. Ashes to Ashes should be above that because that's got 34 mil. So, whereas the other one had 24. Well, there you go. Okay, I'm done reading my phone. Carry on.
Yeah, when you get like into Sandman hitting 1 billion, it's like it's not a lot, really, is it?
But they still
stadiums when they come down here. Well, so do we. I mean, what's your point?
Nothing. That's how you get listens.
Yeah. It's something I do have to announce while I remember it is that people have ordered our Pointless and Confused sweatshirts. There's been a hold up in our sweatshop in Indonesia where the 8-year-olds are playing up. So we had to, well, they're no longer with us. Let's just say that.
Templar doomed them. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we're getting a whole new bunch. So the sweatshirts will be delayed by a month properly. But,
that's fine. Sorry. They will be $8 cheaper, however. So,
what? The fuck who approved that?
Paid, well, this new lot of children, they're working for even less. So we thought we would pay it forward to our constant listeners. Yeah.
Oh, did we pay the last ones?
Well,
I thought we just had
pays a strong
standing around with shotguns and
I mean we've doubled up the order. We've piggybacked our order on the back of the Snoof Films crew jackets, so we get a bit of an extra discount as well. So
okay, there's no need to pass that along to the customers. I mean, like
okay, agree to disagree. That's fine.
Yeah, well, I just want to buy a Ferrari unexpected.
I feel like
giving $8 away.
I'm losing faith in you, Dan. I feel like I've lost faith in you, and our listeners will have faith no more in us if we don't pass on the discount.
I can live with a 0. Let me get my calculator. I get 0.0481% discount.
So we've got to be like Bon Jovi and keep.
I can live with that
faith. Got to keep the faith, and we've got to remember This Kiss by Faith Hill, and I think that's about all the faiths I know. There are no more faiths.
That's another wonderful joke. That one on discount as well, is it?
I'm fucking singing them through tonight, baby. Yeah.
Nothing but blanks.
Powerade.
Well, you got to rate it out of 10.
This fucker's getting a 2. It's a piece of shit.
Okay, I'm going to give it a 7. I'm going to give it a 7. Yeah.
You love everything that's shit. You can't.
That's true. Well, quite frankly, I'm bored of talking to you. Should we just knock this fucking prick of an episode on the head? Should we just dock it? Just give it a fucking good docking.
Put 2 heads together. Wrap it up in foreskin.
That's what I said, and then you said no.
Well, I just wanted to go into more explicit detail.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's it.
Another perfect episode.
And where's the stop button got? Where's Eric?
Eric, he's got an apron. I saw him leaving where he was wearing an apron. It's like a butcher's apron and a hazmat suit. It's really weird. He was smiling though. So
yeah, leave him alone. He's happy. Okay. Yeah. All right.